What he just said will have Yankee fans believe again, as a very prominent voice in the Yankees clubhouse just made a bold statement that has told the league what the Bronx Bombers mentality is going into this final month of the regular season. We'll break all of this down and more here on Yankees Digest. What's going on, guys? Alex Brooks back here on Yankees Digest, giving you guys a daily dose of Yankees content every day of the week. And before we get right into this video, as the Yankees are rolling right now, as they defeated the Houston Astros in game one. But if you guys are not subscribed to these videos, if you are part of the 72.6% who aren't subscribed to these videos, you guys better hit that subscribe button, comment down below to join in on this conversation revolving the New York Yankees. Yankees are going into that tough 12-game stretch. They already won one of the games against the Houston Astros as they're trying to keep rolling and trying to get their playoff position. So subscribe, comment down below to join in on this conversation. But getting right into this video as we talk about Jazz Chisholm Jr. And Jazz Chisholm Jr. had a great game against the Houston Astros, hitting 2 home runs against the team that has been the Achilles heel for the New York Yankees throughout, the last 10 years, since 2015 when they beat them in the wild card back in 2015. But the Yankees, they are now kind of flipping the script here, at least in game one, and Jazz Chisholm had a big part in doing that. And before that game victory against the Houston Astros, he had some interesting comments, and I wanted to share this with you guys. He said that we all know that this is a super team. We've got 4 MVPs on this team. We got a bunch of other superstars on this team too. And that was a bold statement by Jazz Chisholm, because it was something that you really, when you look at the New York Yankees this year, yes, they have all the talent in the world. They have the talent to compete with anybody on offense. They have Bellinger. They have, as you mentioned, with the 4 MVPs, you got Stanton, you got Judge, you got Bellinger, you got, now Grisham is getting in those conversations as being one of the most valuable players on this Yankees team with a great game today as well. So you have a lot of guys for the New York Yankees who are really ascending on offense. It's just putting those pieces together, and Jazz making that claim. Hey, that's gonna get the fans fired up, but that's also gonna get the clubhouse fired up, because now that having a guy who is just gonna speak out like that and say, hey, putting the pressure on us, because right now we need some sort of fire in our guts to go and perform the rest of the way in September. And looking at his stats so far this season, as we look at Jazz Chisholm's stats so far, 26 home runs, 238 batting average, 67 RBIs, and 25 stolen bases on the year. He has been very crucial to this Yankees offense and this Yankees success, and he is really on a heater right now, hitting 2 home runs against the Houston Astros, and he has been on a roll these past week and a half, getting that big 2 home run game against the Boston Red Sox, and then doing really well against the White Sox and the Nationals, and he just keep rolling into this week and really on a heater right now. And it's just really a sight to see, because we need this from all of our players. We need to start showing why the New York Yankees are a threat in these playoffs, because they have the team, they have the offense, they have the pitching. They just need to put them together in the right formula in order for them to get back to a World Series. So definitely big comments from Jazz Chisholm, but when you're a New York Yankee, you have to have those big comments and really put the pressure on yourselves and put the pressure on the league as well. And just recapping this game so far, 7-1 against the Houston Astros. Now the Yankees are at 77 wins on the season. And when you look at this game, 7-1 against Houston, that is a big statement. I mean, you can't underestimate it at all, because yes, it is a regular season game. Yes, at the end of the day, it may not matter so much compared to the divisional games against the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox. But the Houston Astros, we all know, have been a thorn in the Yankees' side. And they having a game like this in Houston, where the Yankees are not prominently good against the Astros, come in here and make a statement and tell the league, hey, we're still here and we're here to dominate, especially in this month of September. Put August, put all the summer slumps, any sort of story in the month of August, the month of July, whatever that was in the summer. Now we're turning it on here as we go into the month of September, and the Yankees getting this 11 hits, 7 runs, and also attacking a guy like Framber Valdez, who had a 3.18 ERA. So a guy who is not notoriously known for giving up big games or big runs, especially against a team like the Yankees who are just hitting home runs. So getting off of a guy who has been a really good pitcher in his career and a good pitcher this season, that is a big sign for the Yankees moving forward. And just looking at a guy like Trent Grisham. Grish has been just more than we've ever expected. I mean, honestly, I I knew that with the Juan Soto trade going back to December of 2023, getting Juan Soto in this building, I knew that he was going to be the guy, and you were hoping that you could re-sign him. Trent Grisham was kind of known as kind of like a throw-in, just a backup outfielder, someone who could be a good defensive guy who can go in there and spell Judge or spell Soto when needed. But now Grisham getting comfortable in this Yankees offense, he has been a staple in this Yankees offense. 28 home runs, 246 batting average, having that big grand slam against the Astros to really pull away in Houston. And I mean, just unbelievable from a guy like Trent Grisham, who just was not really known as a big power guy, but he's having a career year so far and has just been big to this Yankee success. And I'm just really excited to see what he can do moving forward into the end of September as we get near the playoffs and get really ready for this Yankees playoff push. And I really think that there is a lot of different things that can happen with Trent Grisham and Jazz Chisholm and the rest of this Yankees offense. I really think that there's a lot of different things that the Yankees can go with their lineup, because they're obviously hitting more home runs, but Judge had a great game. He had a multi-hit game today as well. So he's still really good in the batting average department, trying to look at like the early MVP odds for Aaron, or not even early MVP odds, just the MVP odds now in September with Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh. And just there's just a lot of storylines right now with the Yankees and being able to take game one against Houston. I know it's game one. There's still 2 more games in Houston, and it seems like every day is just a new story. But it seems like so far over this week and a half, 2 weeks, that the Yankees have been very, very consistent with wins and stacking these wins against opponents that you should win, and now getting an impressive win against the Houston Astros. And just kind of looking at the standings now for the New York Yankees, getting up to 77 wins. They are now tied with the Red Sox at 2.5 behind the Blue Jays. And I mean, you look at that Yankees, they were 8-2 in their last 10, but Boston 7-3. So Boston and New York right now, they're going, head to head with each other. Who is going to get that number one wild card spot? But also, when you're looking at the wild card spot, okay, I don't think that Boston or New York are really looking for that wild card spot. They're looking to take advantage of this division, because this division is any one of Toronto's, New York's, or Boston's right now. So you never know what could really happen with all 3 of these teams. This month of September, it is going to be crucial to look at the scoreboards. If you're a New York Yankee fan, I know I'm looking at the scoreboards every single day to just see where Boston is, where Toronto is. Toronto and Boston won today, so that puts the pressure on New York to win today, and they ended up doing that at the time of recording here. But I do believe that the Yankees are now getting into their prime of the season and knowing that these guys are not slumping in the month of September and not just backpedaling into the playoffs. It seems like they are hitting their stride and hitting it at a perfect time. And, you know, it kind of has an attest to Cody Bellinger, Jason Dominguez, Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, all the outfielders here. They are all having great years. I mean, Jason Dominguez, he's coming around, not having the best statistical season, but he's still putting up good numbers. But when you look at Bellinger, Grisham, Aaron Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton, I mean, you look at the outfielders, they've been crucial to this Yankees success. And I mentioned in a video, my last video, saying that Judge Stanton and Bellinger are going to have a big impact on this Yankees team. And then look out for Grisham. I mean, he's been crucial in the leadoff spot, and he's been doing well for the New York Yankees this season and playing himself into a big contract, and a lot of different decisions that the Yankees can go with in the offseason. But that's going to do it for another edition of Yankees Digest. Appreciate all the support you guys are giving me and Chris on this channel. You guys better hit that subscribe button, comment down below, turn on post notifications, and get ready for this month of September, as you guys better buckle up, because this is going to get very, very interesting when we move down to the playoffs. Hope you guys have a great day. And as always, let's go Yankees.